Michigan Works Southeast, Shamar Heron. Hi, Shamar.
Hey Bart, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So you're just being rained upon with birthday goodness here, huh?
I am. It's pretty
Oh,
nice.
what a special guy, man. Well, before we're all done, I've got a little something special for you myself.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
Not as sugar raising as coffee, but maybe it'll just get you going a little bit.
All right. Well, we'll hold off on that because I
Yeah.
want something to look forward to.
All right, there it is.
Although I was looking forward to having you here today.
I was gonna wonder where you were headed with that and how you're gonna fix that one up, but,
Well,
but I'm
we want-
excited to be here.
We'd like to have a piece of cake today too.
Oh,
after.
fantastic!
Yeah.
That would be great. Let them eat cake in a different scenario, right?
How's your summer going?
So far, so good. You know, I really appreciate the cooler weather. Michigan Works Southeast, we're as busy as ever. You know, this is when we really start to kick off our young people in their summer youth employment opportunities. We've got businesses that are hiring. We're doing job fairs. So been a busy summer so far, but number one appreciated piece is the cooler weather.
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, so summer jobs used to be a big thing. We've talked about this before. You worked in a supermarket when you were a kid.
Sure did. Farmer Jack's. I don't know if people remember that, but I used to go grab carts and bring them in, bag groceries, still the number one bagger in the state of Michigan in 1992. So I've come a little bit of a long ways, but I miss those days of really being able to engage folks in a really positive way. And I learned, don't put bleach and apples in the same bag, Shamar.
You know, I knew that because I too was a bagger
Yeah?
at Dick Maz's General
Oh,
Store
wow.
in Colchester, Vermont.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good days, right? When
Yeah.
somebody actually bagged your stuff for you and you weren't doing it yourself.
We carried them out to the car.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's even better. I remember helping, get folks' bags into their cars, but I didn't carry them. I pushed the cart. Yeah. And then I brought the cart back in. So that's one less cart I had to go and get when we were looking for 'em.
But this day and age, so many kids are into camps, youth sports, year-round.
Yeah,
There's
yep.
not, I don't think are there fewer kids getting into the summer job market?
So we're seeing some shifts, and I combat parents to think about, unless your child is a prodigy, they need to go to work in the summer if they're of age, just to continue to learn what ethic means outside of athletics. And so we are seeing young people still want to go to work, but the numbers, depending on where you're at in terms of geography, does look different.
And you have different ways that you can help get kids ready for some
Absolutely.
jobs.
So we have something called My Internship Prep. And what that does is it truly prepares our young people on a fundamental level over the course of 4 weeks to understand what it means to go into an internship. There are some pieces that you need to know before you go into full-time employment. What does it mean to gain the skills that you need to learn what it means to be your best self? And so we bring in employers, we have guest speakers. The young people learn the basics. They build out a resume, they put together a portfolio. And so this really becomes an opportunity for us to start at the ground level of educating our young people around what it means. And we're looking for employers out there to come in and be speakers. We're looking for people to come in and help them understand how wide of a variety of employment options there are out in our region right now.
Do you talk about soft skills? I'm thinking about the phone.
Yeah. This phone or this phone, both of them, we need to prepare our young people on what it means to have etiquette, right? Mm-hmm. Whether it's how you behave on the phone, how you show up in a workspace. Around lunchtime, do you just scarf your lunch down, or do you take the time to take one bite and be able to have a conversation? So we talk about the soft skills. Some people call them essential skills. Some call them executive skills. We don't care what you call them, but we need to make sure our young people know what it means to show up on time, communicate effectively, and handle conflict appropriately.
We've also got a lot of college graduates hitting the job market, the real permanent job
Absolutely.
market. And you help, I know you've got, and have been over the last several months with that.
Yep. So we make sure our college students understand we're here as a resource. We may be playing tag with some of our economic development partners. So making sure that what that young person's skill set is matches the job opportunities that we put them in front of. The world is shifting, the job world and market is shifting, but we want to make sure we give them as many opportunities to explore as possible, because you may not start where you want to be, but you need to start somewhere.
Yeah. And all colleges have some sort of job placement assistance, but
yep.
once you're off that campus, it's really hard to stay connected with the school.
It really is, and the school is moving on to its current population. And so, you know, our young people find themselves in a space where they need as many resources as possible. And so we want to catch them further upstream, right? So getting them when they're transitioning from high school to college so that they know someone like a Michigan Works is here is one of the ways that we engage our young people.
The first way.
Yeah. Well, we want to, personally, Shamar wants to grab them and work with them in the 3rd grade. That's when they really start to make decisions. Think about the person who you are. They say right around 12, we solidify who we are and how we look at the world, and are we aspirational? And so we need to feed up to that age of 12. And I think 3rd grade and science has proven that's when you can really help shape and mold a young person to think about career pathways. I know it seems early, but it moves quickly.
Well, I think we're actually asking students in 6th, 7th grade to have some sort of idea.
Absolutely.
So,
and you think about it, you really only know what your parents or the people around you, what they do. So if your parents worked in, you know, manufacturing, maybe that's what your scope is. But manufacturing looks a lot different today than it did when your parents started. Your parents, my parents, you know, and I think about my daughters who, you know, are child of the age where they could start having children. What will they be teaching if they choose to do so, their children, about what does manufacturing look like now, right? The world just continues to evolve, and whether we like it or not, it's going to continue. We need to stay up with the times and help people understand there's opportunity out here and resources like Michigan Works Southeast to help you get where you want to go.
Oh, and by the way, happy Father's Day.
Oh, thank you. Happy Father's Day to you as well. You know, I see you and Andy, and I just think what an awesome pair. But I know there was a lot of years where you all had to work to get to where you're at today. So keep up the great work.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
I wondered if you shed any tears when you heard that Dusty May was leaving the University of Michigan this week.
I've been catching the tea on some of the reasons that he purportedly left, right? And one of them, we've talked about it, is all of this NIL business. When you have to start recruiting a young person out of the portal, and along with that, you have to work with their agent, the world has changed. The college athletics world has changed, and folks are wanting $800,000 a year, and they average 6 points a game. Where are we at? So a couple episodes ago, I kind of predicted this. We're in a tough spot. We want our young people to have some equity in the game, but
do you think it's going to get to the point where it's so bad that we're going to have to try to put the toothpaste back in the tube?
How do you put that genie back in the bottle? I watched a young man say some disparaging words about Ohio State because they wouldn't give him the $1 million he was asking for. Some other school gave it to him, and so he hung up on the coach, hung up in his face. And I said, character was the #1 thing these coaches were looking for. I wonder if that's still the case.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
It is. It is. Yep. And so, Dusty May, I wish you the best. At least now you get to just coach. You don't have to coach, recruit. You just coach what's in front of you.
Yeah, and he doesn't have, what do they call the dads? The
helicopter
dads?
parent.
Yeah.
It's the parents now. It's not just dads.
Yeah.
It's mom and dad. So, you know, I wanted to make sure we talked about a celebratory thing before we got out of here.
Yeah,
today.
it's happening today.
So our adult education, or what we call workforce education, we're having an employment and community resource fair along with the graduation. It's a real tearjerker. You get to hear stories from people of all age and backgrounds, and they really talk about how they persevered and got their GED or equivalent, or even their high school diploma. And it is an awesome opportunity to come out and engage some of the resources and employers who are hiring today, right now. So I'm encouraging all your listeners and those who are viewing us to come out over to the Commonwealth Ballroom, or Commonwealth Center in the ballroom tonight from 5 to 7. We're going to have a smashing good time.
All right, I got 4 to 6. It's 4 to 6.
4 to 6?
Yeah.
Even better. Even
And
better.
come early and stay late.
Absolutely.
And you brought a bag of, is it cash, did you say?
I brought twice as much cash as the last time I brought you a gift, but this is a happy birthday from both of our boards and all of our team over at Michigan Works Southeast. It's not filled with cake, but it does have some cool stuff in there for you, Andy, your grandchildren, and the whole family. So it's a nice heavy bag full of cash-worthy gifts.
Well, thanks so much, Shamar.
All my pleasure. Thank you so much.
The Executive Director of Michigan Works Southeast, Shamar Heron.